Hey guys, I'm doing the New York Times by the book tag. I haven't looked at the questions beforehand, which is probably bad planning on my part, but this was a very spontaneous video. I have very little time to make videos now, so when I can make them, I just jump on the chance with little to no planning at all. I will leave a link to the creator's video in the description box below. So without further ado, let's get started. Question number 1. What book is currently on your nightstand? Well, I currently have 3 books on my nightstand, waiting for me to read. The first one's The House of Hades, then The Blood of Olympus, then we have The Trails of Apollo, all by Rick Riordan. I've been meaning to read the Heroes of Olympus series for so long, and I'm so happy I finally got to them. They are so good. I love them so much. Question number 2 is, what is the last truly great book that you read? I would have to go with The Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan. Finished this book a couple days ago, and guys, I fangirled so hard. I love this book. I actually just posted a discussion video for this book, so I'll leave that video linked in the description box below. Question number 3 is, if you could meet any author, dead or alive, who would it be, and what would you want to know? This is kind of a hard decision, because since joining BookTube, I have read so many great books by great authors, and it's really hard to pick one. But I'm gonna have to go with the first author that I've ever actually wanted to meet, and that was J.K. Rowling. I can't really pick just one thing that I would want to know from her. But if I had to choose, I guess it would be her writing method. I mean, it is so amazing. When you first read the books, you don't really appreciate how much foreshadowing she does in these books. Every time I read her books, I am constantly seeing something that I've missed or something that leads to foreshadowing in the last book, and it's amazing. So I would want to know how she goes about laying out her book. Question number 4 is, what book would we be surprised to see on your shelves? I don't know. I think the book you guys would be most surprised by seeing on my shelf would be 100,000 Baby Names. There's a good reason why I have this book. I don't have children, but this book is an amazing source for a lot of baby names. I don't feel like getting on the computer and looking up names, so this is just a fast, simple way to do that. I write a lot of stories, and I can't always come up with a character name that I'm happy with. So I'll normally look in this and come up with a bunch of different variations of names. I definitely think this is the book that would most surprise people. Question number 5 is, how do you organize your personal library? I truthfully don't. I have these 3 hanging bookshelves, and I have Cassandra Clare's books on one shelf, and I'm going to need a bigger shelf for the rest of her series. Then I have the Harry Potter books on another shelf. Then the third one is just random books that I thought looked pretty up there. Then behind me, I guess I kind of put the books that I'm not going to read right away on the bottom shelf or on my smaller bookshelf over there. And my ARCs are all the way on across the room on the other bookshelf. And the rest of these, I have 2 shelves just for manga. And then from them up is just a complete and utter mess. I just reorganized it, and I think I'm gonna have to do it again because I don't like it. And I'm gonna be buying new books when I go to Tennessee. I got a problem. Question number 6 is, what book have you been meaning to read but haven't gotten around to? Anything you feel embarrassed to never have read? Since I just got back into reading a year ago, I don't feel particularly embarrassed about not having read any of these books, and I don't really feel pressured to read them because I haven't had them very long. So I really don't have an answer for this question, but I'll show you a book series that I'm procrastinating about reading. Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. I know a lot of people love this book series. This book just has a lot of hype, and that makes me scared to pick up the book because I want to love it just as much as they did, but I'm afraid I won't. So that's why I've put off reading this series for so long. And the fact that it is a big series and it's going to take a lot out of me. If I start a series, I finish a series. I don't read books in between. Disappointed, overrated, just not good. What book did you feel you were supposed to like but didn't? Do you remember the last book you put down without finishing? I'm going to be completely honest. I have never not finished a book. If I start the book, I'm going to finish the book. If I start the series, I'm going to finish that series. I will not put the book down until it is finished. I have been disappointed for one book. I mean, I still loved the book, and it was like a 3.5 or 4 stars. City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. I know you guys are probably hating me right now, but I do love this series so much. But this book, I was just expecting so much out of it, and it kind of flopped for me. I mean, after coming out of City of Glass, I just expected more than what we got in this book. So my expectations for this book were like through the roof, and it just did not meet those expectations, so I was disappointed in that. Oh, another book that disappointed me was The Son of Neptune. This was another book where my expectations were like in the stratosphere, and I came crashing down hard. It's not that either of these books were not good. They were both really good. But I was just expecting so much out of them that when I actually read them, I was disappointed. So don't think I didn't love the books. I did. I enjoyed these books immensely. Question number 8. What kinds of stories are you drawn to? Any you stay clear of? I think my favorite genres to read are normally fantasy and dystopian. A book series that I steer away from would normally be sci-fi, but I'm planning to change that. I am actually planning on reading quite a few sci-fi books. Whether that happens this year or not, I'm not sure. Question number 9. If you could require the president to read one book, what would it be? This is very difficult. There are so many books. I'm gonna have to go with The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This book series was amazing. I did have mixed feelings about the third book. I'm sure a lot of you did. But the first 2 books are phenomenal. I also think this book has a lot of life lessons in it, and anyone can benefit from reading this series. Question number 10. What do you plan to read next? Well, I've already showed this book, but The House of Hades by Rick Riordan. I would show you the books I plan to read after I finish the Heroes of Olympus series and The Hidden Oracle, but I truthfully have no clue. It just depends on what kind of mood those books put me in. I'm going to tag 2 people to do this tag. I'm tagging Monica Fangirl and Caitlin is a Kitty Cat. But even if I didn't tag you, I really encourage all of you to do this tag. It's a real quick tag, and I highly enjoyed doing it. Well, that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!